Hey there everybody, today we are here in Dresden at the Bespoked show, and in this video we're going to take a look at all the really cool and interesting bikes. Let's see what they got.
This bike is a bikepacking bike made for travels. There's a little bit of a story behind this because I built a bike in 2018 for the Concours de Machines, which is a French frame builders competition, where the theme was, bikepacking, go long or shorter distances, spend the night, etc. I built this frame 2 years ago for my 50th birthday. Right. The presents you do to yourself are always the nicest. And to treat myself, I built it in stainless steel. Okay. So it's XCR tubes. Never ridden stainless, but it's very nice actually. It's not as rigid as you would think. So it's actually very nimble. So I love how it feels. Yeah. In order to show that, I just did like a partial paint job. Yeah. Equipped it with a lot of components from Hope because I love these guys. They have great parts, good quality, great customer service. Yeah. And I tested for the first time the Growtac shifters. Oh. So I haven't actually ridden those yet. Yeah. I'm looking forward to trying these out. I wanted to keep the bike as mechanical as possible. Right. Easy to maintain. Left most of the cables outside. Also to be able to set this up in different ways. That's why there are also the rocker dropouts. Okay. So I can change between post mount, flat mount, roll off, and all that stuff if I wanted to. So it's keeping up all the options. There's a bilam there, which is kind of my feature on all these other bikes. I have bilaminated head tubes as well that kind of create the shape of the logo. Mm-hmm. And we have an external charger, so that's called the Forumslader. There's a German guy who builds these power banks that can be either integrated into the seat post. This one is the external version that you can also charge separately. Okay. So lots of battery power that is connected directly to the dynamo. So
does the dynamo charge the
dynamo charges this, and then the lights are connected to the battery, so I can charge and have lights at the same time. Yeah, we've got this nice set of bags from Jean-Michel Timtaz, who's building great bags. This is a concept that he designed for me in 2016 for the Transcontinental race. Pretty easy to take off. Wow, yeah. It basically just slides on and off. There's some sleeves there. Yeah. Standard Bubble Boss dropouts. Yeah. Comes back on very easily as well. And sits rock solid. Mm. Yeah, so it's ready for some trips and ready to get dirty. Cool.
So it's a kind of neo-retro randonneurs because I love this kind of classy bicycle. Yeah. But I wanted to try, of course, a randonneurs, but with a very contemporary and pure shape. And I wanted really to have all the little detail on the accessories, like the rack. Yeah. But actually, the frame is very simple with small tube, and for the seat post clamp, it's on the seat stay to have a very pure design here. And I built the fork too, and I don't really want to work with lugs because I don't really want it to have too much classic shape. Right. That's why I designed a very pure and minimal fork run, and it's a stainless steel 3D printing. And all the rest is very classical. Right. And it's the same for the stem. This one is a mix between this little part, which is a 3D printing part, just here for the clamp to have very minimal and pure shape. Yeah. And the rest, it's very classic silver brazing. Right. So I love this way to work with a very traditional way to do and more contemporary technical. Right. And the rack is also a big part of the design of this bicycle because it's the same. It's a very classic shape, but all the details are inside with this small tube. Yeah. And for example, you can find this little detail here with a double tube, and you find the same in the bridge. Okay. So I really try to have a match between all the little detail. Yeah. And for example, this shape here, that you can find the same here, and you can find the detail too in the paint job. Yeah. And so for the paint job, my inspiration was so funny. So the guitar strap, the vintage guitar strap with this kind of embroidery. Yeah. And what I like in this kind of pattern, it's easy to play with it in detail, like in the stem. So always in order to have a very good match with all the components. And the idea was to have a large part of silver components to remind the old and classic randonneurs. Yeah. Yeah. And of course, I have all I need for travel with it. So the integration of the light and the racks. And the bags are made by a French bags maker too. The name of the company is Cours S'il Pleut. Okay. And she makes these bags especially for the our fork cage. Okay, yeah. It's our for titanium fork cage. So these bags are made especially for that. It fits perfectly. And for the rear rack, I really wanted to have something very close to the bikes to don't have a front rack, a rear rack which say I'm a rear rack. Because when I don't have the bags, I want to have something very discreet to follow the shape of the bikes. And it's Gilbert 2, French brand too. Gilbert 2, mudguard, mirror, tapes, kind of thing. So I love to work with this company too. It's very important for us to try to work with the local and French company.
How many hours work do you think went into the bike?
I stopped to count because because it's my personal bike. I build it between my client's bike, so it was during the evening, sometimes the night, and during the weekend. Right. And especially for the paint job, I really stopped to count.
Yeah. Well, amazing bike.
Thank you very much.
Hey there, everybody, Future Russ here in the editing bay. Just a quick note that if you guys have been enjoying this bike nerdery, please consider supporting the channel by joining us on Patreon or becoming a YouTube member. It's what really makes this possible. It allows us to travel, go to these shows, take the time to film and edit them, and bring them to you. This is the bike content that the other big bike media won't cover. So if you guys appreciate that, support what you watch. Let's get back to the video.
So I've been very into muscle bikes lately. The old Schwinn Stingrays, Apollos, everything like that. All the old retail bikes. So I really wanted to build one, but then realized I probably wasn't going to use it a whole bunch just because they're fun for like ripping wheelies and wooden ramps, but not necessarily like going to work or bike packing or anything like that. So ultimately, I just wanted to make a grown-up's muscle bike, and wheelie bar included.
How's that work?
So what it does is, since I have sliding dropouts, I made it adjustable in 3 different ways, because as you're wheeling, the idea is not that you're necessarily rolling on it, but it catches you from looping out. And so, you can adjust the whole thing to make sure it's like perfect for where the dropouts are set and everything like that. And then the sissy bar actually doubles as a bag support. Okay. So I have a carrot ice bag that'll be running on this for like bike packing stuff, and still get to use the loops on the top too, which is nice.
Yeah, I saw this. We posted, I think, on the gram last night. I was like, is that for like wheeling it into an elevator,
No, that's just for going down the road and just feeling saucy,
Right. Tell me what's going on with the fork here.
Yeah, so the fork is actually rated for around like 95 to 100 pounds. So it's definitely a beefy fork. It's kind of like a mix between a Stingray and a cycle truck, I guess you could say. Doing a lot of commuting and stuff around Colorado Springs, I wanted to make sure that I could do that, but that also my dog can go on there. So I have a bread basket that he's going to be hanging out in. Overall width of the fork is kind of crazy. It's kind of hard to see from the side, but it's a very wide fork. And so I built the fork inside of the stanchions, which usually it's the other way around. Right. So just kind of messing around with some ideas I had and some drawings in a notebook, and this is what came out.
Yeah. What are these tires?
So these are actually the Specialized Carless Whispers, which is their wire bead e-bike tire. Okay. But it's a 3.5 and seriously one of my favorite tires I've used as for a 20-inch. I used to work at Bike Friday and used to do use a bunch of the Schwalbe Big Apples, the 2.5s. I just really loved the bigger volume tires. And so when I found these, I was like, I don't even care if they're heavy. The fork's already heavy. Like, they're the perfect tire for this. So I got the Stanley flasks here, the vintage reissue ones. I have some vintage Sugino Maxi 155 cranks. So
they look really short.
Yeah, so these are actually off of an old track bike that I had laying around in the shop, a 24-inch track bike actually. And so I just thought it would be cool. Wolf Tooth makes a compatible 34 tooth, so I was like, it's perfect, for this kind of thing. And then Paul rear boost fixed hub. I'm running at single speed right now, but the idea is when I'm home, it'll be fixed like a lot of my other bikes. Kind of mixed and matched all of my components as like instead of doing like one complete show bike build, like I had all of this stuff just laying around in my house that I would saved for non-specific purposes. And yeah, you can actually still see the QC from when I used to work at Surly.
Nice.
That's an old QC rim that I brand new, just sitting in the shop. So like, why not build a show bike with it? You know,
You probably have a really deep parts bin.
it's more like a parts attic.
Parts attic.
Yeah.
Okay, we're here with Elias from Endless Bikes. Tell me about this amazing contraption here.
It's called Lusty. It's a kid's cargo bike. Lusty is like an abbreviation of Lastenrad, which is the German phrase for cargo bike.
Okay.
Makes it kind of cute if you put an I at the end of the word.
Yeah.
And when my girlfriend told me that she's pregnant, I was like, where is that coming from? I own a cargo bike shop, and my little daughter, she won't even have a cargo bike to ride on.
Right.
That was kind of my therapy to build the first one.
Nice.
Because I didn't really know that there were similar bikes around, and I love frame building so much, and that's why I like compensated the fact that I was going to be a father with a new bike. The first one was in 12-inch wheels. It didn't have a crank, so it was just a push bike. And then I thought, okay, that's it. But people loved it quite much. It was 2.5 years ago. And got messages from all over the world, people sending me pictures of their mini kids cargo bikes. So I was like, oh, I'm actually not the first one, which was so cool because people, like, we share the same spirit. And here we are. This is version number 3, and it actually turns out to be, I don't know, it's a proper bike now. We've got a CAT model, we've got the construction, and for the show, we built it up with Dura-Ace components of the 70s, 80s, which makes it a little, I don't know, crazy. I don't know.
What's the wheel and tire size?
It's 16 inch, where we actually had a problem. We've got a wheel builder. He's called Jorit from Munro Wheels. He built the wheels with nice velocity rims from the US. And then he sent us the wheels, and they were too big. And I was like, guy, I ordered 16. It is 16. And then it was the first time that we got to know that there's 2 kind of 16 inch. So we had to do a new wheel set. Had to do it again. But it's fat tires, so it's like 40 something millimeters. We wanted to do 12 inch in the front to make it a little shorter, but then we thought kind of looks okay now. For us, it was important not to only shrink a cargo bike, but to make it a kid's bike. And kids, they have smaller diameters at the handlebar. They have special brakes, shorter cranks. So that's why it was very important to us to make it a bike that kids actually can ride.
Right.
That's a critique that we get often. People who come here, kids will never be able to ride it. And I'm like, yes, they are. They're so, it's like they just hop on and start pedaling. It's really cool.
I like the down tube shifter. Is it friction or is it index?
It's friction. It's friction because we couldn't really manage to get the old cassette. It's a old cassette, and I had to build something on my own, and that's why it's friction.
Any other interesting or weird details?
Interesting and weird. I think we're totally into reuse things and not only build the stuff for the fair. So the guy that sewed the bag, I told him to make it fit my short john. So what we did is we attached these.
Oh, okay.
It's just 4 of them.
Those fit locks, or
it's something like fit locks. It's called locks.
Yeah.
It's a different, similar system, and we just attach them here, and I can use the bag on my bike. Just take them off, put it on my bike, and can do my groceries, and then that's it.
Right.
And the old saddle, I had to weld the frame here because I couldn't manage to find any kit saddle, but I wanted it to be in this old style, fitting to the Dura-Ace and all the silver. And then that's why I did it myself. It's an old saddle from 1950s.
Oh wow. Was it like an old kid's saddle?
It was actually a kid's bike saddle.
Wow.
But I couldn't manage to get it on this system, so I welded it myself. I'm an engineer, and we're always thinking of how can we build this bike for people to actually buy it. But if we would do it like this, it would be way too expensive. And you can ride it for maybe 2 or 3 years, and it would be too expensive. And that's why we did this here, not to weld it here, because we could use a fork that is a bought part, and we just clamped it there. So we didn't have to weld at the part. We want to do ISO testing, and we want to do things properly. And when I called the guy from the testing agency, he was like, "Oh, guy, you're in the best place because kids bikes and cargo bikes and a combination of those. There's no norm, there's no testing facility ever. I don't know how we're gonna do it, but we'll find a way."
It's an interpretation of a Flevo racer. Flevo is a company from Holland, Netherlands. And built the Flevo racer bike in the 80s, 90s, and then they set up the drawings open source to the internet. Everybody can take it, and I take the drawings and interpret it a little bit new, blow it up for real bigger tires, for fenders, for lightning, for suspension.
So it didn't have the original design didn't have suspension.
It has suspension, but only gum pumper.
Okay, like elastomer or something.
Yeah, and it's sitting here.
Okay.
And it is very functional, very easy, very cheap to build, but not that beautiful.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it looks like you made a bunch of custom. What custom parts did you have to make for this bike? Yeah.
Everything. I don't have you need a complete new frame jig. Everything is different.
Okay.
The front is in the back and the back is in the front. We have the hub dynamos in the back. So in the back wheel we have the dynamo.
Yeah.
So, and I had to build the mounting points for the seat.
Yeah.
So the seat stays. We have no seat seat post.
Yeah.
We have like this thing. I cannot explain it.
Yeah.
That you had to build everything. You had to build a thing for the crank and that had to be adjustable. Yeah, you had to.
So this slides back and forth for.
Maybe that is a seat post.
Oh, okay.
If you rethink it to transform it,
I see.
that is a seat post, and the bottom bracket is adjustable.
Yeah.
Mounting for the light, so that that had to be dismountable, that you can pull up this.
I see. Yeah.
What else? I had to build the brake hanger.
Yeah.
Oh, there's not so much space, but I have very wide fenders.
Yeah.
So I need a different type of brake hanger.
Yeah.
And then I remember the picture or video from Brian Chapman.
Okay,
He
yeah.
built this.
Yeah.
For sure, everybody knows the videos. And thank you, Brian. And then I built it. The fork. It is in the fork. It's a suspension system.
Yeah.
I had to build completely out of scratch, and and I built the whole bike with parts laying around in a workshop. So the back wheel is for my tandem.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
and I have an old Shimano hub. It's an Altus. It's not a.
Yeah.
But I have it. The grip that is for my the handlebars for my rickshaw,
Okay.
and I only buy the chain rings. As last year, Alex from Rover Cycles made some rings for me. I have some rings on display, and I had to buy the seat. That's an original.
Yeah. Original.
Original from a Flevo bike.
Oh, okay.
And it's white,
Yeah.
so that's also cool. And I had to buy the damper,
Yeah.
and I just chose a damper who is for less money but new.
Right.
So it was like an offer in the internet. So
Yeah.
100 euro for a thing normally is 300 euro.
Yeah.
And then I have the damper, and then I built everything around that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I don't want to spend so much money
Yeah.
in this bike. So I had to spend a lot of time in the
Yeah.
bike.
It's expensive in a different way.
Yeah, it is.
What made you want to do such a complicated bike?
Yeah. I start building when I do my apprenticeship 2010.
Yeah.
I start building a Flevo racer, just a normal one, but I cannot finish it. I had to leave the company where I do my apprenticeship, and then I cannot finish it, and the parts were staying there in the workshop, and I had to go. 2 or 3 months, I fell in a rabbit hole of recumbent cycles and velomobile.
Yeah, velomobiles.
Yeah, and what a nightmare to be in there. I was in, and then I remember, there was something in the past. I started building it, and then now I can build it in a completely different way and with a new impact. And the problem is with recumbents, the people who build there or the people constructing it, they are like mechanical engineers and not that artists or something like that. Yeah. And they look like form follows function.
Right.
Every time. There's no need to have it in a beauty way or with beautiful fenders. And so,
Yeah. Well, this has to be the coolest looking recumbent I've ever seen.
Yeah, I think it's the only lucked. We come with luck, so.
It's a pure road bike for me, the ideal road bike for road racing. But since I live in the north of France, it's a very wet area. I wanted to equip it with fenders and also a little bit of bigger tires to kind of tackle the cobbles or the uneven roads.
You're telling me you were envisioning riding Roubaix with this, right?
Yeah, exactly. I could do ride Paris-Roubaix with this. For this, I would take off the fenders. But Spring Classics is definitely something that I would do with this bike. It's the frame is made from Columbus Life Steel. It's all silver braced, so it's very light. Little heat going into this to keep it to keep it as straight and as nice as possible. Again, we have the laminated hat tube, but that's more of a decorative feature. There is a little bit of an interest there to the head to deformation to the lowest limit as possible. I built the stem myself to be able to integrate the cable stop, to use these nice Paul Racer medium brakes, which are just incredible in terms of brake power.
Yeah.
So no need for disc brakes, and that again keeps the bike very light. So everything on this bike, the transmission, Campagnolo record and super record. The saddle is Celle Ideal, made in Toulouse with titanium rails. So everything is made to keep the bike as light as possible. So it comes in at 9.5 kilos.
Right. With the fenders and everything.
With fenders and everything, yeah. So it's, and yeah, again, I'm looking forward to ride this bike. I haven't really been able to take it out on the road, but it will be nice.
Yeah, it's too clean at the moment.
It's too clean at the moment. I need a show bike, yeah.
All right, so we're here over the folks at Sentient Works. The last time we saw you, it was Apocalypse had just happened.
Yep.
And this bike is back. Tell us what's changed.
Okay, so this is the post-apocalyptic build of our Apocalypse bike from the Manchester show. So we've just updated it with all the fancy stuff that we wish we could have had in the Apocalypse. We ignored all the comments that we saw in your last video about hydraulic brakes. Instead, we just went for much nicer, beefier, British-made Hope brakes. Maybe someone did say it should have a Brooks saddle, so we did. Maybe we did listen a little bit. Yeah. There's a Brooks Cambium on here now, and they also sorted us some nice, comfy Ergotech grips, super nice. And they sent us these suspension seat post and stem to use, so there's a bit more comfort because we found that the one long tube is actually quite a harsh ride. So that's sort of softened it out.
So what's the shifting system now?
The shifting system is, we went with Alpine Di2, which is okay. It's not. It wasn't our dream.
Yeah.
We're after a 3x3 hub. But they didn't respond to us. So it is unfortunately electronic shifting.
Yeah.
We did actually, if you come around, we did get to utilize a part of the frame. There was this random tube here. Yeah. That was a void.
Oh, okay.
And our DI2 battery is living in this void.
Ah, nice.
So we actually, it was meant to be. We were supposed to have DI2 on this bike, unfortunately.
It's a post-apocalypse. You gotta use what you can find.
Exactly. We went through the part spin, which first world problems. Our part spin had a DI2 Alphine hub in it, and here it is. But there we go.
It looks like there's been an upgrade in luggage as well. Tell me about these. This looks like a beastly bag.
Okay, so at the other event, we had loads of props in it. We had obviously the wood saw on the back, and we just had a load of junk on the front.
Yeah.
So we got in touch with our friend Patch at Collins Cycles Works, and he made some bags for us, which he made this massive rack bag, which is the biggest one he's ever made. He's actually hiding inside this bag. We haven't let him out yet. He will come out later.
He's a tall guy, so
he's just curled up intricately like a snake. There's we made some racks out of stainless.
Yeah.
We left them raw because we thought there was a bit too much green going on.
Yeah.
And then he's also just done an exciting collaboration with Old Man Mountain racks.
Yeah.
Which you might have seen. They're the easy cages.
Okay.
So it's a sort of a proprietary system that he has used on his bags, and it works really well on our forks.
Well, I try to go with smallest wheel possible.
Yeah.
And
What size are these?
These are 16s, rolled 16s, like Brompton size.
Yeah.
I think it's the smallest possible I could find for a road bike.
Yeah.
So I tried to build an adult size frame for unreasonably small wheels.
Yeah.
Let's say.
It looks like, is this like a mast style seat post?
Yeah, that's a seat mast. I just custom built the seat mast just to fit the Brooks saddle.
Yeah.
It featured some classical components. So it's Shimano Golden Arrow brakes and levers.
Nice.
So refurbished, but they still work great for. I think they're 40 or years old.
Yeah.
So it's a bit of a mix. It's also a mixed construction because I used welding, TIG brazing, and traditional brazing. So it's like three forms of joining on the bike thing.
So tell me about the rear triangle, like why it's so wide and why you went with this construction.
Well, I tried a couple of options. I tried a traditional two seat stay, two chain stays. I guess I like this option.
Looks cool.
It's quirky. It's cool. It looks different.
Yeah.
It's still stiff, plenty stiff.
Yeah.
So, and the thin seat stay, it gives it the rear sort of lightness.
Okay.
So.
Okay, final question is, how did you press on the headset?
Yeah.
Did you just hammer the end?
I actually have an excess of a threaded rod at my shop, so
Gotcha.
I built this custom 1 meter long head press. So it's. I also had to extend the steerer tube.
Okay, yeah.
I couldn't find the ready one,
Yeah.
so I just welded in a section of a steerer tube. So it was interesting.
Yeah.
I also plan a front rack for it because there's miles of real estate on the front tube.
Yeah.
And I had this idea to build a pannier holder.
Okay.
So it sits in the front.
Yeah.
Single pannier in the front.
So this is a bike we designed 2 years ago for Concours de Machines, which is I would say a contest, but not really a contest, between frame builder, mostly in France, and it happens every year. And this year it was in Jura, and it was mostly about mountain biking and long distance mountain biking.
Right.
So we designed it like with the vibe of an old clunker bike.
Right.
So it's super long, and it's really really nice to ride, especially in the mountains, of course. And also we designed a special handlebar on it. When you are in this position, it's kind of a classical mountain bike position, but we have a longer stem that you mostly find shorter stem on mountain bike to have a second position, which is more for this long distance and to have like really two different position on this bicycle. Also for this tube, it was also, like I said, the idea of making like a clunder, like a little signature to the old clunker bike with this double top tube. And also on this one, actually the seat stay are pretty long, because we wanted also to use the deformation of the steel to have some damper on it. So this allows also the bike to be more more flexible in the back.
So this is, I think, the only lugged mini velo I've ever seen.
Yeah.
So because of like lugs are only particular angles, so I used a top lug for both the top lug and the bottom lug to be able to get the front end angles correct.
Yeah.
And this is a seat lug with the back chopped off. And then my signature is this twin seat stay kind of loop, and then a twin seat stay thing going on.
Yeah.
It was actually built about 4 years ago back in my old workshop, and I thought it would be just really cute for the show. Yeah. So, and I'm really pleased with how the colours came out. I finished the wheels on Tuesday, I think, as usual, last minute show stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Bit of internal cable routing just to keep things tidy there, and on the backside you can see through the seat stay.
Yeah.
Other than that, I mean, it's a mix of mostly second-hand and old parts. So old Hope hubs, 20-inch wheels with old-style sun rims, old Sagino-style cranks, MKS pedals.
Yeah.
A Brooks saddle that I've never seen anywhere else in that colour.
Right.
That I found on eBay. So that just kind of really finishes it off, I think. And my Trans Pride flag hanging on the bars.
So it's a sort of kind of classic British Audax bike, you know, big, comfy 700C tyres, nice upright position, but still pretty fast, and got the sort of integrated dynamo lights and stuff for like long Audax randonneur rides. I make quite a lot of the separate parts. So I make the sort of fork crowns of my own design, and then they've got a matching sort of twin plate dropout, which is my own design too. Yeah. And then there's loads of machining like stainless bosses for the flat mount on the raked fork, which is it's quite tricky to do a flat mount on a raked fork, but I really like that classic look. In combination with the modern components, I'm always sort of aiming for that kind of balance between classicism and without it being like pretending it's the 1950s still.
Yeah. What's the challenge? Is it like to make it rigid enough to stand to the brake, or is it to get the angle right?
It's more about like where the angle of the boss is. The lower boss in particular wants to be really close to the dropout, so sort of generating enough space to get some threads in there for the brake mount. It's the geometry of it is just a bit challenging. Right. But I've got my system, and I've got these nice turned stainless bosses for it. Yeah. So it works well, and it keeps that classic raked look, which I really like.
Tell me about the flat mounts in the rear.
Yeah, so they've got like the dropout is made of 5 parts: the 2 flat mount bosses, the 2 flat plates, and then the dropout itself.
Okay.
And I originally designed that to sort of help reflect the twin plate fork crowns that I put on my bikes. But it's also quite pragmatic because it allows you to make it as a little sub-assembly. So you can sort of verify that the flat mounts are in exactly the right place before you kind of braze it all up together and make it into a bike.
Right.
And you also don't need to like use a long, ugly plate dropout or chop away most of the tube for a flat mount boss, which are the other options. And it's a really nice approach for doing it to make it like efficiently and accurately without too much bother.
It's a splittable 20-inch randonneur using Ritchie frame couplers with a double lug here and down the splitted down tube. Internal lighting with my own rear light. And another difficulty because the cable has to be splitted down here and the down tube. The derailleur needs to be a small one because the wheels are small, and
so
there's
a
microshift Advan Super Shot. It's going up to 38, the biggest cock, and a 46 chain wheel. So it should be usable for mid-range hills.
Tell me about the fork. How do you find the steer tube that long?
Tange is making some 500 millimeter, but they are not available in Europe.
Oh, okay.
And now I got some 450, I think, from Reynolds. Yes, it's Reynolds. And it's just long enough for me.
Yeah.
I cut off 2 or 3 millimeters.
Yeah.
In the end. Okay, the fork head is high too, because it has to be wide for the wide fenders.
Okay.
I'll have to ride it longer and with some luggage.
Yeah.
It's made for some luggage on the rather big randonneur rack. It's between randonneur and porteur rack.
Yeah.
But since there's no possibility for a rear rack or for lowriders, get built or suit a bigger bag.
Like an extra tall random bag.
From the same.
Okay, we're here with Sebastian from Don Sebastiano. Tell us about this very unique looking creation.
Yeah, it's a 20-inch full suspension mountain bike with an electric engine.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and it's also with the truss fork, and it's the version 2. Last year I presented the version 1, and this has got a little bit more travel, like 102 millimeters of travel, and I think that's the unique point of this bike.
Cool.
Yeah, you see the X top tube, and that's because of the load from the kinematic of the rear suspension. It's also my first full suspension bicycle. Then also the first electric. So there were many first things on this bicycle. Yeah, but I've done already 1,000 kilometers on this bike.
Okay.
So it was raw before, and it's now for Bespoked. I painted it. I also do bikepacking with it. So I went from Austria to Hungary, and 400 kilometers electric bikepacking. It's also a first for me. Yeah.
It looks like it also has there's eyelets so you can mount different things to it.
Yeah, exactly. For bikepacking, I have a rack on the rear, so I had like 2 panniers here, the outlet bags in the front, and here I am mounting some bottle cages for water, and underneath also for water. So and here like a top tube bag, and also I really use it for bikepacking, shredding in the trails, going to work. So it's a do-it-all bike, I think.
So we're here with Chris from Endless Bikes again. Tell me about this bike.
We are huge mini velo fans, and my girlfriend went to Japan this year. Elias went to Japan 2 years ago, and they are driving many mini velos around.
Yeah.
And we just loved the idea and wanted to do some kind of that. And also I was at the Fender Fest and met Uyghur from Velo Orange.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and he had the neutrino with him.
Yeah.
And so I also rode it, and it was like really nice and fun. We thought we'd do this for the show here, and also do a little twist with the
literally a twist
with the twisted stays in the front, in the back, and in the front.
Yeah.
Just to try it out if it works. Incorporate that, and
It looks like it's got like a Piet Mondrian.
Yeah. It is. We were thinking about the looks for both of for the show bikes.
Yeah.
And then we just, he said Piet Mondrian, and I was like, okay, he showed it to me, and I was like, okay, that's Look.
Yeah.
Look used it a lot for their road cycling teams.
Yeah.
And so it was like an easy choice. And the guys who did the paint shop boys in Bavaria, did a really great job, because I thought that masking all that stuff separately must be really hard.
Yeah.
But they did a great job. It looks amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your process for constructing the rear end? Like how many attempts to get it?
It was kind of the first attempt.
Okay.
We just used 2 very long tubes, filled them with sand, and put them in a rack that they can move. And then Elias was heating it up, and I was twisting it, and we were just seeing like, okay, in this degree or more like that, then in the front as well.
Yeah.
And you see it's kind of different here, or here it's more tighter.
Yeah.
Here it's more loose, and other way around. So it was a bit of testing, but it worked out quite well. In the first attempt, and
Yeah. So how much? I assume you had like a long tag end, and then you mitered, and then
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so the bags, the same as for the Lusty. A friend of ours, Molecule from Regensburg, he does the bags, and we think he did a really great job to incorporate the design completely into the bag as well. A new friend of us who's working for us is doing the stem caps himself.
Okay. Yeah.
They were in a really nice touch, and also the Stritzland bullshit bars.
Okay, yeah.
We got them from Gutenbiken. It's another good bike shop from Munich.
Yeah.
But we cut them a bit because they were really, really long, and it was like, okay, to get it more compact. And on the first test ride, we just had a front brake on. And with the mini Velo, you can do wheelies so fast, and I just flew on the ground like immediately. It was like, and here and there, and I was like,
Right, so you were actually part of 2 brands. Post is for like the more roady stuff, and what's Scalarian, and what's this bike?
Yeah, I mean, this is what we started with. Like 10 years back, we started making fixed gear bikes. We did it almost for like 4 or 5 years, just making fixed gear bikes.
Yeah.
And this is an ode to where we started. And over the years, we developed our own split frame coupling system.
Okay.
And the Gates belt drive, for a belt drive system. So we just integrated the belt drive and the coupler in our fixed gear frame. And tractor was bike, and we just wanted to make a really cool, hip Tracklogos bike.
So how's this split? There's like one bolt that pinches it together.
Yeah. There's one bolt that pinches both the parts together.
Okay.
The curve you see, it primarily takes care of this movement, and there's a dowel pin system inside.
Okay.
Which does not let it have stiff. It makes it stiff on the sideways.
Yeah.
So there's both here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a split here and
here.
this in there.
Yeah.
Where's the frame split to put the belt?
Yeah. It's near the dropout here.
Okay.
So that you split, and it's almost hidden, so that you can't really make it where the split is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is there any inspiration for the paint?
Yeah, it's where we come from, Coimbatore.
Okay.
It's full of peacocks, and it's like a peacock in a forest kind of a theme.
Yeah.
Of the paint, and we recently redid our badge. So if you see, it's really where we come from, the peacock, the mountains, and the coconut trees. All
Nice. Nice.
all stitched together.
So we're here with Rafa, and we're going to talk about the Mini Rafa from Velo Lab. Tell me about this bike.
Hi, yeah. So this is the first 20-inch bike that we made.
Yeah.
So usually we make like cargo bikes, bigger bikes.
Cool. You guys primarily only use aluminum in the frames.
Only aluminum.
Yeah.
So this is our main material.
Cool. Why?
So the founder loves aluminum. He comes from Athens, and some trends there. We got all the aluminum from there.
Yeah.
It's very clean. If you cut it, so your tools will last very long. You can easily weld it after this, and also paint it. So we also paint it in house, and it's way easier with steel. It takes way longer. You have to clean it, and your tools getting dull. It's easy to work with, and it's light.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, walk me through the bike. It looks like it's got a carbon fork.
No, it's aluminum fork.
Oh, it's aluminum. Okay.
Yeah, true. We don't use carbon on our bikes.
Yeah.
So only like materials we try easy to recycle.
Yeah.
So it's like the same fork as we use in our cargo bikes, but we made the steer longer.
Yeah.
So also the completely designs like a shrink design from the cargo bike that we have.
Talking about baskets, tell me about like the front mounting system and platform.
Yeah, this is the first version of the rack. So we try to make something neat and small.
Yeah.
So also that we maybe can put it off. We're not sure if this is like the end version.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is also like an aluminium
platform.
Yeah, right. Yeah. Well, we powder coat with a super strong durable powder coat, so it doesn't scratch so easy. Yeah. Yeah, but some people ask, is it possible to put like a beer box on it? We say maybe, probably, but not so strong. We have to maybe reinforce it a little bit.
Yeah. So one of the big challenges with like smaller wheel bikes is finding a good derailleur that doesn't hang too low. What do you guys do?
This is the thing. So I was looking. I built some bikes, some 20-inch bikes before.
Yeah.
Or changed some gears from internal to external, and I saw okay, shit, this doesn't work. Yeah. So I had one Saint derailleur laying around, so it works.
Well, the idea of this bike was to rethink a utility bike in a classic mixer look.
Yeah.
So the customer wanted to have a pretty easy and comfortable daily use bike.
Yeah.
So that's why I came up with the idea to make a step-through frame. Makes it easy to get up and down from the bike. Yeah, and then with the custom fork and stem, I want to create the perfectly balanced geometry for the rider. And with the front rack there, I think that's gives the bike a distinguished look, but also combines lightweight design with the webbing, with having the opportunity to put small parts on it without having them falling through.
Yeah.
And then I have some fitlock magnets on here, which you can put on this tailored bag on it to run your daily errands. Sturdy double kickstand gives it a good stand, so you don't have to worry with a fully loaded front rack.
Yeah. So what's up with this tube?
Well, that's at one point some design part, but I wanted to bring some extra stiffness into the frame because it was my first step-through frame. Give more support for the seat tube, and yeah, that's my take on it, and trying to make it look good.
What's this? Is this sleeved or what's?
And
No,
it's
okay.
an extra sleeve to give the seat tube some extra support for those little tubes here.
Yeah.
Well, it's like completely inner cable routing.
Yeah.
The light cable goes in here as well as like shifting and the brake hose. So it comes out here at the end of the bike. And I think special thing is the front rack, of course.
Can you demo the bag going
Yeah,
out?
of course. So there are the 4 fitlock magnets here.
Yeah.
And it's like here are the opposite parts on the back.
Yeah.
And I hope this works now.
Been practicing.
Yeah.
Nice.
Goes in here. So it's really sturdy. Doesn't come off that easy.
Yeah.
And if you want to take it off, you just push it to the side.
Yeah, we have here our first in-house full electric bike. This is produced with a ray drive from Reynolds Technology. This comes with a big down tube. Here's the battery in-house, and then the motor is here, the Mahle X20. And this is one of the lightest rear motors. We choose this, and then we have here also the in-house made rack. And this bike was built for a customer, which are very keen on the electric bike because we are in Stuttgart very hilly, and they asked me always to build a custom electric bike for them. And this was our solution for it, with a nice gradient color because here we had this down tube which is very present, and we wanted to have a very nice gradient to fade this a bit away.
Yeah.
And
what was the inspiration for the rack?
It was actually a chair design.
A chair design.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Chair design, which I think it was an Italian and they had this very nice that the holding tubes are not in the same plane as the where you sit in, and then this was a lot of thinking about how to create the rack, and it worked out very well because it was also a very big hassle to get this in a very
sweet. Yeah, this is the Crema Psychonaut. It is the evolution of our gravel bike. Basically, we started off with the first large formatted gravel bike, like 2014 with the Duo. And this is the follow-up version, Psychonaut. If you know the definition, it means inner journey, self-discovery, and that's what this bike is all about. It's about free to roam, go beyond the horizon, self-discovery. We did a collab with Santa's Occult. They did the artwork for us on this, and it's all about the Sonora Toad, which a guy discovered in 1966. Wow. He was the first guy to lick the toad. It's basically a DMT trip, and that's the whole idea. Is like sometimes when you're out on the bike, you discover things about yourself that you didn't know, and so we,
the bike doesn't have any special paint where if you lick it, you get performance enhancing things.
We're working on a special top coating that if you lick it, you do get the DMT trip, but that I think is a ways down the road. Yeah. So it's based on a 700 wheel. You can fit up to like a 55 in it. We wanted, like I said, to create a bike that is capable of taking on anything that you would throw at it. So off-road, all the way up to what you would want almost a mountain bike for. And we use a slightly longer chainstay to build in some comfort with the bike and get that clearance. And it's a great bike packing bike.
So are these production, semi-production?
Semi-production. So these are, as all the previous Cremas are being made in Barcelona by Mattia, who has Ligor. We've grown together over the years, and he's producing this limited batch of the Psychonaut.
So this bike is a quite special bike because it has got a parallelogram fork. So it's all two shock and linkage, and it's full steel. Okay. So all the linkage are plasma cuts. Every little part is made in my workshop, and all the color and design comes from the place where I live. It's like a plateau and it's quite dry. Okay. So this is the soil color.
I mean, how do you design the kinematics of the suspension?
I did mostly drawings, like mostly 2D for the ratio and the curve and etc. And then I made the 2D become 3D, like more doing it because I'm not like an engineer in like 3D drawing, but yes, I've made little adjustments on the whiz, but like yeah.
Yeah, I love how it's like a mix of like country western, but very also modern at the same time.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, this come from the place where I live. It's really similar to like what you find in desert. So really rocky, and the bike was made to travel. So I've got a set of racks that goes over the fork, and this one as well, who goes over the front rack.
Okay.
So all the weight is actually on the fork, on the front wheel, and not suspended.
Okay.
So it doesn't affect like the settings of the shock.
Yeah, well, I made for Thunderfest. The theme was tandem.
Yeah.
So I was inspired, like, oh, I gotta have tandems. So I looked up in marketplace and I found this old frame builder.
Yeah.
But it was a bit wiggly, so I reinforced it and now it's a lot better.
Okay.
And I made all the backs like Muppet Show themes.
Yeah.
And so all the characters are like frame builders I know.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to go to Sweden with my buddy Anders.
Yeah.
But that didn't work out in the end.
Yeah.
But I decided, to take to Thunderfest and to here to show it.
Where were your reinforcements? Was it this slanted tube or?
Yeah, those slanted tubes and those. Yeah.
Gotcha.
And that was quite easy to do,
Yeah. And it looks like you made a coupled.
Yeah, those are rally car couplers.
Okay.
Those are, cheap. I just drilled them out a bit to get them lighter, but they work, so that's fine.
Yeah. Tell me about your shifter and your controls here.
Oh, yeah, I just always DIY those. Those are like 105 down to shifters. You buy them like 10 euros.
Yeah.
And that's like 6 speeds in the back, so I love it, It's very simple.
Yeah. It's an interesting bike by the builder Druce. In some ways, it reminds me of the French Petit Patour, but this is the Grand Patour because it is much longer. I love the very industrial look, the kind of the raw metal, so the brass brazing, and lots of interesting things. This front rack looks removable, and it also looks like it's using track dropouts here as an attachment point. It's got linkage steering, but a really short one. But it manages to have like a long platform because of this really big boom tube. This is at the pinion booth, so of course it's running a pinion P18. And moving to the back here, massive kick plate stand for the double kickstand, and this super long rack that also looks like it can be removed over here. Lots of cool detail, lots of cuts and miters to make this bike truly like a long tail or Grand Patour for the apocalypse. Right, so we're at the Tunk booth, which has like a very delightful meaning. What does that mean?
When you end up somewhere and you cannot cycle, you need to push your bike. It's like a Finnish bike slang.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, tell me about this bike over here.
This is our brand new frame set. It's like randonneur bike, really lightweight steel bike.
Yeah.
We are just launching it now. We've been doing it like 6 years almost. And we are happy now, really happy now, finally show it to the people.
Yeah. What's the geometry? Is it low trail?
Low trail, yeah, low trail, yeah.
Okay. And what is it built around 650B or 700?
It depends about size. Like smallest frames are 26 inches.
Oh.
This one is 650B and those are 28 inches, the bigger ones.
Okay.
We got 7 different sizes.
I noticed it's doing the French fit. Is this how you're designing the bike?
Exactly. Yeah. It works really well with the low trail because it's quite easy, this wobbly thing.
Yeah.
So we can avoid that bit with that French fit. The frame is from Columbus.
Yeah.
And the fork is made by Reynolds. We got custom legs, heat-treated tubes. So it was quite journey to make the fork right way and also get the safety test. Like
it's not built like a touring bike. It's more of like
like touring bike. Like randonneur bike. Yeah, but meant to be like carrying with the load, of course, because it's a low trail bike. It works better with the front load.
So, do you know what the rear chainstay length is?
440 in this size and 460 in the 28-inch version.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah.
Well, there's the reinforced head tube, CNC machined.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's very traditional. Like, we didn't try to invent the bicycle anew. So thing is the progressive geometry, like across the size range, like really wide size range.
Okay.
And the proportional stiffness of the tubing, and that's kind of like the special thing in my opinion.
Yeah. What's the availability? Like, do you do it in batches? Like, how often do you guys batch produce?
Well, first batch coming out in mid of November, so 1 month.
Like the first samples we have here, and the first batches, in 1 month or so, and then we don't know really like how it's gonna go from there.
Right. Let's see.
Yeah.
Hopefully well.
Right, so this is a Roche bike, and to me it kind of has mixedy hardtail mountain bike vibes. Some interesting things, you got the truss fork in the front. This adds lots of rigidness, and also like this double top tube and gusset here near the seat tube. What really caught my eye initially was this rack, which is kind of interesting. It's mounted onto the seat posts, like really cool kind of minimalist rack. And the paint of it reminds me of like just some 80s like metal/fantasy comic book novels. All right, so we're here with Telbert from Telbert Bikes. Tell me how this purple bike came about.
Okay, so it's a bike for my son, who is 9, and I said that he could get a bike as soon as he could ride a full size wheel bike. He gave me 2 briefs. He wanted it to be purple, and he wanted it to look like a dinosaur. Nice. So it's got this reptile skin-like effect with the crackle paint. Yeah. It shifts color with the iridescent paint on the fork and on the stem and the saddle, and also in between the cracks. And it's got a little detail on the seat for a tail.
Yeah, the fork also looks fairly organic,
Yeah, so the fork is a Dida Gira fork. It's a carbon fork, and it's sort of fit with the theme of the frame.
Yeah. Well, any other interesting build details or construction bits?
So the thing that's been getting quite a lot of attention is the purple SRAM chain, which just so happened again to match the build. Yeah.
I built it actually for my girlfriend, or fiancée. We are a couple for 10 years now.
Yeah.
Last year I built a randonneur bike for myself. The first frame I built myself. And I was so impressed how it rides that I decided she needs something with a road bar.
Yeah.
And the best solution was to choose a randonneur. Lightweight, more lightweight than mine actually, and which is comfortable, which is short enough, which has no toe overlap. It was very important, so it's 26-inch. Over the last maybe 10 years, I collected information how to do that, talked with other people like Thomas Becker from Mehrglas Cycles, and watched a lot of videos of Brian Chapman from the US. And so that inspired me to build this bike.
So how did you get what things did you do to get the weight down?
Or I chosen tubes with very thin wall thicknesses, but not so thin that you lose safety. Then I cut out some love statements like a heart in the front, a heart in the bomb bracket shell, to reduce weight where it's not needed. For the rack, I used very thin wall tubing. It's 0.5 and 0.3 millimeters to get the weight down. And actually, we need a rack to carry 2 kilograms, not more. One option I chose was really hard for me. I didn't want to use carbon fiber, but the rails for the Infinity bike seat are available in carbon fiber, and you save 100 grams.
Yeah.
And that's what I chose. And the group said, could be a Dura Ace, but in my opinion, a randonneur is better with a 105 or Ultegra. And otherwise, small, very thin spokes, lightweight fenders. A very cool detail is how the light, the electricity for the light is transferred through the frame. There's an insulated copper plate inside the head tube with a brass finger. And so you don't see a cable.
Yeah.
That's really cool. I made the tail light by myself, which was hard because it's very tiny space. You need to have a screw there, but it worked actually. The hanger for the rear brake also was tweaked a little to have an opening to see it through.
Tell me a little bit more about the group set. What's the chainring combination?
The combination is 46-26. barely working, but it's working. Yeah. And the small chain wheel really is just for steep climbs. Yeah. Every other terrain actually can go on the big chain wheel. Yeah. The cassette is 1132. It's an old SRAM XO made from one lump of stainless. Yeah. Hard to get, but I managed it. And so the combination was working with a Shimano 6700 2x10. Yeah. It's the most beautiful group set I know in the Shimano range. I love it. And I had it laying around just for that bike, waiting 4 years. Now it's finished, and I'm so happy.
This is our stock model, the GMX Plus. Originally a drop bar model, but it can be equally well set up as a flat bar ATB. So clearance for up to 3-inch tires. This particular one is a personal project for one of our dealers here in Germany from Gutenbiken. So this is 2.8 on this. Maximum would be 3.0, so 29 by 3.0.
About the geometry, is it slack? I mean, it looks fairly normal in the front.
Yeah, it's a pretty slack geometry, and this fork was developed together with the frame. So it's a 430 axle to crown and 55 mil offset to kind of get the trail that we were looking for. Right. And we did a lot of test riding, like with angle sets and stuff on a test mule to try to figure out where we wanted to be. And then this is what we landed on. I guess one of the standout things that we haven't seen many other people pick up on is these offset mounts on the down tube. So you can still run a full frame bag and have your water bottles on the side. Yeah. And one of the usual comments is like, oh, but don't you hit your legs on these things? But surprisingly you don't, which was pretty nice. And then we've also got back here, also spaced 64 mil apart. You can do bottle cages back there, unless your feet are too big to.
Right.
Yeah, this is like the Splitworks project. Okay. Which is a subdivision of Cybercycles, Splitworks. Yeah. And there are 2 bikes. The other one is over there, and the idea is to have a long distance randonneuring, whatever kind of all-road bike, which we can use in all over Europe without flying.
Oh, yeah.
So it has the Z couplers.
Okay. Are those by Cybercycles, or is it that?
No, it's a Santana tandem patent, and if you don't build a tandem, you are free to. You can buy them to build them into a single bike.
What holds it together? Is there a bolt somewhere?
That's easy. Yeah. An M6 bolt here, an M6 bolt there. Yeah. And there's a hydraulic coupler in there, like Xeno, those small ones, and an electric coupler for the rear light.
Okay.
So the idea is to not rely on like bike space in trains.
Yeah.
And like for example, on the trains between Germany and France, don't have bike space.
Right.
Ring towing stuff with luggage is okay in my experience, as long as you like enter the train and then you arrive at the destination and you assemble the bike. But from Germany to France, you oftentimes have to change trains.
Yeah.
Long story short, this is the bag.
Okay.
This fits into this.
Yeah.
And the bag itself, it fits into a post. Do you say post box?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we arrive at the destination, assemble the bikes, pack the bags, ship the bags to our cycling destination, and take the train back.
Cool.
So that's it. Yeah.
Cool.
The quokka is just a little animal from Australia, and it's known to be like the happiest animal in the world, with a big smile on the face all the time. And I like to picture my cyclist customers, as happy as a quokka when they ride the bike.
Nice.
So yeah.
Cool. Well, tell me about this frame. Is it steel? Is it titanium?
So this frame is filet brace steel, a mix of the steel tubes and stainless steel hardware, like the dropouts, the bosses, the fork round, everything.
Yeah.
Like every contact surface, basically.
Right.
And the idea was to like introduce a new model of the range and provide a very wide view of what it is capable of.
Yeah.
Like it could be a winter road bike with fenders. It could be a summer gravel bike, like to go fast on the little tracks.
Yeah.
And so this is my personal bike.
Okay.
Because sometimes you have to build one for you.
Tell me about the fork. It's very striking.
And the fork. Thank you very much. The fork. So last year during Bespoked, we introduced that kind of design for the track bike that we introduced. And the people really loved it. and a few people were like, "Hey, do you plan on releasing a gear then with disc?" And like, didn't thought about that at the moment, but then it just all makes sense.
Is the fork crown 3D printed or is
So it is 3D printed, and then I have to like basically repolish everything and just make everything straight. And then for now it's internally brazed, lugged, and in the future it will be external. So I will keep all the curves and the sharp edges, but just an external lug, because I think it will look even more I don't know, like striking between tradition and modernity. Like you will have that lugged fork, but then at the same time it will be like 3D printed fork crown, and
Yeah. What are the fork blades?
Those are Columbus Max.
Okay.
Yeah, I've always been in love with those. So probably my favorite tubes out of any catalog, any brands. And yeah, the Columbus Max blades are just something else for me.
I love this little dainty brake bridge / fender holder here.
Yeah, I mean, so basically I was just in a rush before the show, and I was like, what's the quickest solution, easiest solution to make a nice like fender holder?
Yeah.
I was like, just bend a little rod. It was basically a TIG welding stick.
Yeah.
And I just cut it and weld the boss. And I also have this one.
Mhm.
It's very just unique and very light as well, because I don't like the bulky bridges with the boss and everything. I tend to go with minimalism at some point.
And it looks like the top tube's flattened a bit.
Yeah. So this is squished in house as well. We also developed that for the track bike last year.
Yeah.
And I've been looking forward to that moment, like when a customer comes to you and like, hey, I want a flat top tube, because it looks so mad and so crazy.
Yeah.
And on the technical side, I don't know if it adds really anything. Comfort vertically, and on the side probably a bit more stiffness, but I'm not even sure you can feel it. Yeah. It's just more like aesthetic.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it really like slims it down. And also like a nice integration, or almost like it integrates with the
it
CPUS
really
binder.
continues in the line, and I'm pretty happy with how it turned out. Yeah.
Typically we interview builders. This time we're going to interview the customer who had the bike built. So tell me about the bike and why it's so dirty.
It's a titanium custom bicycle made by Firefly Bicycles in Boston. It also has a titanium fork, also made by Firefly Bicycles. Titanium custom handlebar by Thai Cycles in Portland.
Yeah.
And Tijmen from Witslingers made all the custom bags for the frame.
Yeah.
And for the whole bike. I picked it up in May this year. And in July I went to Canada for the Great Divide mountain bike route. I did it together with my daughter. It was awesome. Yeah, we did it in a touristic pace, so we had all the time to enjoy nature and take pictures, and it was beautiful. The bike performed well. I loved it. It has a bit longer chain stays. It's very comfortable.
Yeah.
I didn't want a race bike. I wanted a comfortable touring bike. Special thing about the frame is I asked for 2 extra tubes.
Okay.
The one over here and the one over here.
Yeah.
I started with the tube here because I wanted to grab the bike easily, because here it's also a bottle and there's also cow shit all the time. So here it's easy to pick up the bike.
Yeah.
If I have to carry it upstairs or through a river or whatever. And here's an extra one. Just to turn the bike, with a full frame bag, it's difficult to grab the tube. So smart. It's not necessary, but that's the advantage of custom. You can ask whatever you want.
Yeah.
They have some different models to start with, but they start from scratch. So this is their pretty new ATB model with a very new ATB fork also.
Yeah.
And then, they start from scratch. What do you want? Where will you use it? What will you use it for? What are your dimensions, your body measurements? It's an extensive process to talk through what you will use it for, what you want, and also the color scheme. You can ask for whatever you want. It's anodized, so this is bronze, natural titanium, and purple anodized.